Hi there, another fun day. I have done many bearing before, and on a Honda, Toyota, and some other manufacturer as well. And I actually inspect to see where the noise coming from, how you do it. Yanking the steering to see if that create noise. To the left, to the right. Turn on that stuff. Of course, this one I'm not doing it because you can see bearing is pretty bad. What happened here is previously you can see the ding right there, you know, and hit this fly to create uh, the bearing got play, and then year after that the bearing got bad. That's why you have this right here. Okay, if you pull this way, you can't really tell, even though you have a rack and pinion problem and you have a play like this. But normally when you push upside down like this, okay, you have little play, not as much, but that's still your bearing problem. But mostly case when you have this much play, you can hear clunky noise when you have a bump, or you turn, you can hear really loud hump noise. Today we're going to have some fun with the wheel bearing for the 2014-15 Toyota Yaris. Follow me so we can enjoy together to do it. It doesn't matter a luxury Toyota Avalon or even Lexus to the Yaris, they only use 30. And on the new vehicle, they more like a universal. It doesn't matter how expensive your car, they do use pretty much the same stuff. Make sure you clean this real good, otherwise you will have destroyed this thread right here, because this lug nut here is pretty bad, because they have making this nipple here so deep on this side, and sometimes if you don't clean this real good, and this nipple here will grind you a thread, then that time, I mean, you cannot reuse this axle here. You have to buy another axle. So yeah, clean. Turn your wheel this way so you can have room to take down the 17 bolt. Okay, now this is free. See, yeah, this already came off. And that is a 17. So you can use a hammer. Hammer it. Now it's come off. I'll take the sensor out. The sensor will be right behind here. I don't have a space for it, but you can take the sensor out. Pull that. One's bigger than the other. The bottom one is 19, so top one I think is a 17. That's 18 and 19. That's weird. Haven't seen Toyota use 18, but this is weird. Okay, now it's free. We pull the axles out. You can using pressing right here but I do recommend it to put a nut. Find any nut that will fit, you know, into here, and then press with the nut, because if you press right there and you damage the thread, and that can cause you to replace this low ball joint here. So I use this nut right here, so it's much safer for me. I'm gonna use a drill faster, slowly. There you go. You can do by hand, or you can use drill like me to pop this knuckle ball joint. You see how the damage right there? If you don't use a nut like this, so you can damage right here. So when you damage the thread, you cannot screw this castle nut. You cannot screw the castle nut back in there. Then you have to replace this ball joint. So recommend it to put a nut into and then you press. That would be much safer. To get this hubs out, just knocking down the back here. Put hammers on it. There. Okay. Using this plier. That's an old shit ring. That's what we call. Yeah. This came out from right there. So now you can press from this side in out. Okay. So normally you can cut this out. So what happened here is I cannot use this one right here, because when it's worn like this, if I put a new bearing in there, it will create more problem in the future. So I went to the store and bought a new one. So I'm not going to use this old one, because you know how worse it is right there. So that's the new one. So one side is different than the other, so I have to check on that to make sure which side go to the correct side. See right here, the bearing side. So this side is, you can see the mark right there. You see that? That's for this side, and that for this side. The flat side will be against the axle, will touch the engine side, and then this side will be towards the hub. I make this bearing for using for extra this one in. Okay, so now everything has come out. There. I'm gonna clean a little bit first. Make sure to clean all the grease inside here. Okay, it's good enough. This side is towards the axle side, and that is towards the spindle. Okay, so remember that. If you don't, make mistake, That's okay, just buy another one. Get it exactly one. Okay, put in the center, slowly press. Put okay, sit all the way. Okay. Okay, sit the spindle and then find one of this to make sure it fit in the center like this. So when you press, you don't press against the wall, but you press it in the center. So when the spindle push in, it won't push the half of the bearing out. Okay. So that's very important when you put it in. Okay. So make sure to put the ring first. Okay, that's it. Make sure the ring is set right there. So now time to put the spindle in. Make sure it's set in the center before you pressing it. You have to check, make sure to make sure it's not over tight it, you know. And right now it's sit in the pretty much it's sit on the right spot right now. Okay, see right there, sit on the edge right there. And this side is pretty much just sit on that edge right there, and don't have too freely. If it's too free, that means it's not working good. You know, it's too tight, it's not good either. I'm gonna clean this a little bit before I put it back in. That is too rust. Put the nut in. Okay. Let's see. Where's the right there? Let me push a little bit more. Almost there. All right, let's see, I can insert the pins in. That's it, pins in there. So now I stick my axles in. So locking in with the bolt. the bottom. Okay, and 18 is the top one. I'm busy. Okay, it's good. Okay, the spindle have a new nut, so which is good. So put this nut in. Okay. So keep spinning, so I use my torque to shoot it to not spin. Okay, my locking pin in there, and flip this over. That's it. Put my rotor in. Okay. It's good. You can use the brake caliper to compress. If you don't have one, use plier like this. Slowly press like this. You should be okay. You know, sometimes you work at home, you don't have all kind of tool, that expensive tool that you can find it. Something like this works perfectly. Okay, and that's good. So wheels on. That's good. Thank you for watching. Bye bye now.